Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we are silk pressing this hair. Look how amazing it turned out. Silky, soft, smooth, shiny. If you're wondering, yes, you're right. This is not me. I'm the person doing the hair. This is actually my best friend. I'm doing her hair and her hair turned out amazing. This is her. Her name is Mava, aka Mobs. I'll put her Instagram at here. She is an artiste. These are the products I'm using: the Matrix Biolarge Fiber Strong shampoo and conditioner, as well as the Joico K-Pack Intense Hydrator. And then that's what we washed her hair with. So now we are just adding some leave-in conditioner. It is the Shea Moisture Miracle Styling, basically an It's a 10 dupe. And I'm just putting that little amount all over her hair, focusing on the ends, because if you can see, she does have bleached ends, and she did this a long time ago, so it's actually really faded, and in the light it looks kind of red, but it actually looks a little bit more blonde in the sun, as you saw in the intro. So she has type 3C 3B hair, and it is a lot and very thick, and of course the ends are very dry because of the bleach, which is why I chose to use the products that I used, and I will use the same products on my own hair when I do my own silk press. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Just hit it in the right corner down there, and make sure you hit the bell to make sure you get notifications every single time I post for more hair videos. So now we are making sure her hair is protected from the heat. I'm using the Tresemme heat protector. Everybody knows this one. And I'm just spraying a generous amount all over the hair because we definitely want the hair to be super protected. And then after this, I go in with a serum by BioSilk. This is the best serum if you have very frizzy hair. And me and my best friend both have very frizzy hair. I know her hair looks very more on the silky side, but trust me, we have never got her ends flat. Just so you know as well, she hasn't used any heat on her hair in the past 2 years. So we were expecting amazing results, and we got them. So this BioSilk, again, if you have fine hair, you might want to go for the Chi Silk infusion, but if you have very frizzy, thicker hair, then use the BioSilk, and you use a very tiny amount. As you saw, I focused it on the ends and ran it through the rest of the hair. And of course, you saw earlier on, I detangled with a wide tooth comb, and now I'm just sectioning the hair, preparing for the blow dry, which is actually underrated. The blow dry is actually the most important part of the silk press, because if your blow dry is bad, your silk press will be really bad. So I'm using the GHDA Air Professional Hair Dryer. I just bought this, and I'll put the link to all the tools and all the products I'm using in the description box below. This is not a sponsored video. So I'm starting by detangling with this black Denman brush. I have heard that the black one is the best compared to all the other Denman brushes that are there. And as I'm blow drying her hair, I will continue to blow dry it in sections like this. And I am using the leafing method. Now, I am aware that a lot of people say this method is damaging, or it doesn't do well, or I'm not sure. I've just heard some people saying they don't like this method. For me, this worked really well, and I've seen a lot of professional hairstylists blow dry hair like this. And you see, when I turn the brush outwards, that's only when there's a little bit of tangles that are still there, and then I go back in with the leafing method. It just makes the hair completely smooth all the way up to the ends, and it takes out all the tangles. It just makes the hair look so good. And this is the first time I'm using a professional hair dryer. As you saw, I still had the box. This is literally the first time I used it out of the box. And truly, a good blow dryer makes a big difference. Now I know why blow dryers like the Dyson are extremely expensive. It's because it actually does the job. It literally took me about 20 minutes to do her entire head, and she has a lot of hair. It was completely dry, very straight, and I can promise you the way this hair is going to look when we're done with the blow dry process is how the hair looked when we would do a silk press. Not a silk press, you know what I mean? When we tried to flat iron her hair in the past, I've known her basically my whole life, so trust me, we have tried to flat iron her hair a lot of times, and her hair always turns out the way it's gonna look after the blow dry. That's how it would look after a blow dry and flat ironing the hair, and sometimes it would look almost as smooth as the end result, but then in a couple of hours or the next day, the ends would be really frizzy, and only halfway down the hair would be nice and straight. But with this blow dryer and flat iron combination, I swear this is just an amazing combination, the best combination I have ever seen personally. And if you've been on YouTube for a long time, you know that there are so many popular professional blow dryers like the Rusk blow dryer. If there's any popular ones that I've heard of that I see the links to, I'll post them in the description box below. But I can only speak from personal experience on this GHD one. I feel any really good professional hair dryer that is meant for taming frizz will do a great job. So here, when I went like more than halfway up the hair, you can see that I sprayed on a little bit of water, just because you want to blow dry the hair when it's still pretty damp and easy to detangle. So that way the blow dry actually passes and glides through the hair much easier. I see a lot of people. Also, I was one of these people for a long time. I would air dry my hair or make it about 60% dry and then start the blow drying process, and it just wouldn't work. Also, considering I had a bad blow dryer, it wasn't doing anything for me. But still, blow drying hair that's more wet or very damp will help it glide very easily. It will make sure that the ends are smoother because there's no hair getting trapped. And this was the hair at the end of the blow dry. As you can see, it is pretty sleek, only the ends are very frizzy. Of course, I didn't use a round brush or anything. So I divided the hair into 4 sections, and I'm starting with this back section, and I only used this rat tail comb for the first part, and then I realized I actually didn't need it. I started using a different rat tail comb without the metal. And sorry, I forgot to put this close to the camera to show you exactly what flat iron I'm using, but it will be linked in the description box below. It is the Sadu flat iron, and I believe it is 1.5-inch plates, so they are very wide plates, and it goes up to 410 degrees, and I am using it on the highest setting, 410 degrees, because again, her hair at the ends gets very frizzy, although it's a more silky texture. So if your hair is very fine and maybe not as frizzy, I would suggest you try it on different settings like 300 and something, then 400 before you get to 410, just to avoid heat damage. And can you see how this is just gliding through? It literally took me 3 to 4 minutes per section of her hair. And I've watched a lot of videos from professional hairstylists and all that, and a lot of them say you can go cheaper on the products, but don't go cheap on the tools. It truly does make a difference. I didn't even want to go cheap on the products because I wanted a full salon experience for myself, and I wanted to do it on my best friend too, so you guys could see me do another person's hair, a different texture. Another thing I was doing is I was taking very small sections, and I always make pretty straight lines. I think it's very necessary to make straight lines when you're flat ironing hair, and it's just because if you have an even section of hair, the heat distribution is going to be even, and you won't have to go over parts so many times. I didn't have to clip at the roots many times to make it straight. Every single strand here was only done in one pass.
Skin, you can see it beat, intoxicating your energy. First time in so long you felt the heat, evaporating your bindings. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the, move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you. I know the sadness that cripples you. It comes in waves and out of the blue. But but there are days you feel freedom too. Bask in the glorious lightning. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the, move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, 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 move like the. Radiate, radiate, radiate. Gravitate, gravitate, gravitate. Innovate, innovate, innovate. Move like the
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames.
Give this video a like if you like this video too. Thank you so much for watching. Hit my face on the left side of the screen there if you didn't subscribe in the beginning and you want more videos like this. Also, watch the 2 videos on the side of the screen that pop up if you haven't seen them yet. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!